Hi everyone, this is Dr. Tamar Andrews with another episode of Dr. T Talks. Today we're going to talk about screen time, what you're doing right now. This is screen time, but really screen time with our children. And so we've heard a lot, read a lot, we see it all over the place, and yet we let our kids watch things on the screen. So when should we feel guilty and when should we actually use it? So first of all, I want to point out that there are three different kinds of screen time. There is the I'm sitting alone passively on the sofa or in a chair, kind of just zombied out to the screen. Then there's interactive screen time, which is where I'm playing a game and the computer or the screen is interacting with me. And then lastly, there's interaction, where I'm sitting next to someone, mom, dad, grandma, sibling, and we're talking and conversing about what we're watching on the screen. And so there's three different kinds of screen time. You have to discern which one your child is actually using, because let's face it, the interaction one is very, very good. I mean, what's not better than going to a movie or watching a movie or some kind of TV show or playing a game where someone's sitting next to me actually talking to me? That's what life's all about, isn't it? Interaction with other people. The worst one, though, is the zombie-like passive, just I'm zoned out. And what happens is, especially with the zombie-like zoned out, studies have now conclusively shown that too much of that zombie-like passive TV watching actually prevents the formation of the really important white matter, the white brain cells in the brain, which act kind of like the cables that allow the different parts of the brain to talk to each other. With a lack of proper development of that white matter, we actually see things like language delay, sleep problems, and even impaired executive functioning. So really try to limit the zombie screen time, we'll call it. Then there's also the issue of quantity versus quality. It's okay to have 30 minutes of zombie-like TV time, but maybe not more than an hour. It's probably great to have more than an hour of interaction happening with a TV show. So we're all playing a game on TV, or we're all talking about watching a presidential debate or something else. Then there's interaction going on between the participants live as well as what they're seeing on the TV. And now not only is the white matter being formed, but also the gray matter, and we're learning about each other and hearing ideas from one another. That's great. The other thing you have to think about is, what are we watching and what are we learning? What are you actually gaining versus what are you losing? So if you really need to make dinner or you need some quality time alone and you're about to explode, I'd rather see the children sitting in front of a zombie screen, right? Just kind of zombieing out to a passive thing, than actually having you explode on them and increasing the cortisol and the adrenaline flowing through everybody's brain in the house, because that's, I think, even more detrimental. And so let's talk about the last thing, which is what I hear most often, which is, I watch TV. I used to wake up Sunday mornings and watch cartoons and I'm okay. Yes, but when we were young, the screens didn't follow us around. What's changed is now the screens are more mobile. We see them in TVs. We see them in, people will have their little phones in the dinner table, at the restaurant, sitting in the shopping cart while mom is shopping. They're holding on for dear life to the iPad or the cell phone. And not only that, but, ooh, they've got the blue haze. I'll sometimes walk into a really fancy restaurant. People are paying $100 a person for the meal, and they're all zombied out. Why? Because anything could be more important than what I might find on my social media at the moment. What a message are we giving to our young children, saying that anything I find might be more important than the person sitting right opposite me? One of the best rules you can possibly make are no TVs, no screens, absolutely no tech at the dinner table. The same way we don't expect people to turn on a cell phone at a movie, which is 2.5 hours long. Can't we just turn them off for 30 minutes while we're all enjoying each other's company at the dinner table? Make some places in your home holy, sacred. These are spaces where the tech is just not allowed. And if you can't sit at the table without your cell phone right there, then maybe you shouldn't be sitting at the table. Oh, if only we loved being with one another more than we loved being with the tech. Oh, what a world it could be. Until next time, I'm Tamar Andrews with another episode of Dr. T Talks.